Guys, it's Godbars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the 386th episode of my series, where I grab a vinyl from my collection, talk about why I love it, what influence it has, and what its place is in the grand scheme of hip-hop. So not unlike his good friend, Tyler the Creator, who just showed up in this set a couple of uploads ago, A$AP Rocky is a highly prolific and impactful rapper who rose to prominence in the early to mid 2010s. And before now, the only LP of his I'd covered was 2015's At Long Last ASAP, because even though that's his third studio full length, I opted to start there just because it's probably my favorite project that Rocky has to his name. When it comes to today's album of discussion, I really could have gone either way. Between his 2011 breakout mixtape Live Love ASAP and the 2013 follow-up Long.LIVE.A. But while my nostalgia is pretty equal for both, I obviously ended up choosing the latter, and that's mainly just due to the fact I haven't gotten around to adding his seminal debut to the collection yet. I know some fans weren't too crazy about the direction he took with his sophomore LP here, but he still keeps plenty of that airy, spacey cloud rap sound that may have been pioneered by underground acts like Cloud Dead and given a new life through producers like Clam's Casino. But it was artists like A$AP Rocky, Lil B the Bass God, and Young Lean that were absolutely pivotal to the growth and expansion of this style. Also, regardless of how you may feel personally about the content here, you really can't dispute that this was the project that put his career on a rocket ship to the top, with numerous decade-defining singles that not only dominated the charts upon their release, but also have managed to age like fine wine for the most part. Though I have to admit, it definitely feels a bit weird to look back on the chart-topping smash hit of a posse cut titled Fucking Problems, since aside from 2 Chainz, the 2 guest artists on the track happen to be Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and I don't think I really have to explain the tensions there. But while I've frankly never been a massive fan of the song Wild for the Night, even though it was definitely one of the more popular cuts from this LP, and I remember hearing it constantly in my earlier high school days, One Train, the other big single from Long.LIVE.A, is pretty easily my favorite moment on the entire album, and I have to imagine a good amount of other people feel the same way, considering this very well may have been the single most iconic posse cut to come out of the 2010s. In fact, it's pretty hard to even think of another example that comes close to rivaling this one. If you somehow aren't familiar with this legendary group track, it was birthed when Rocky enlisted a number of top-tier rappers to trade lyrical venom over this awesome 6-minute violin loop. And this roster was made up of Yellow Wolf, Joey Badass, Danny Brown, Action Bronson, Big Crit, and once again Kendrick Lamar. And while my favorite performance on this thing changes constantly, I'm only going to share the first couple of verses, starting with Rocky himself, who sets the stage perfectly with his opening set of bars rapping, feeling like a vigilante or a missionary, tell my A$AP killers get their pistols ready, send them to the cemetery with obituaries, don't be scared homie, is you ready? I've been thinking about all the O's in my bank account, X the hoes in my bed's around the same amount. Ever since this new star fame came about, or ever since me and Drizzy started hanging out. Young boy let his gun bang, let his nuts hang, transition to a Lamborghini from a Mustang. Drug slang in that drug game with the hustling, I know one thing, anything is better than that one train. Bag made of Goyard, chefing like I'm Boyard, deep, probably selling deep in your local courtyard. Braids like I'm O-Dog, my La Familia go hard. Down to my in-laws, they outlaws with no laws. Then K-Dot takes the mic, and I've always been obsessed with how seamlessly these two modern titans transition off here. As right on the heels of Rocky saying down to my in-laws, they outlaws with no laws, Kendrick comes right in, building on the same scheme, rapping, we outlawed, then I Bogart, and he pros that, got proached out with a toe tag, get broke off in the projects with a skateboard. I roll past and I blaze y'all like doop doop, I hate y'all. When the beef cooked, I ate y'all like let's play ball. In a ballpark with all sharks in a blindfold, I rhyme cold, my K hot, your 9 cold, that bark like K9 zone. That banana clip, Straight from the rip, I'll make that shirt say rip. I'm on some shit. If I'm not the hottest, then hell must have froze over. You thought it was safe, then forgot what the code was. I carry traits of a traumatized soldier. Don't look in my face, I might snap, I might choke your spine. Right out of place, give me dap like you posta, darts at your posters, dark nights like this, I metamorph like I'm posta. I might slice my wrist or pretend like a vulture and drop off this cliff. While everyone goes off here, especially Big Crit at the end, I'm not really going to delve into any of the other verses on this game-shaking posse cut. I do want to share just the first few lines that Joey Badass lays down here, since he really went all out for his verse, and you could tell that he spent extra time perfecting it and making sure he came with some of his wittiest material, which he definitely accomplished. As even just the first 4 bars are immaculate, starting with barely even conscious, talking to my conscience, getting deeper in these flows like conches. I'm on my convict, don't drop bars, I drop prisons. Don't sell rocks, seen the spectrum through the prisms. Even with all the big names I've listed so far, that still isn't really anywhere near the only guest appearances on this LP, as we also get features from the likes of Skrillex, Birdie Nam Nam, Santi Gold, Overdose, Gunplay, Paul Wall, Killa Kylion, Lawrence Welch, Schoolboy Q, ASAP Ferg, and Bun B of UGK. As for the progressive, immersive production here, that was handled by a group of names including 40, Amsterdam, Birdie Nam Nam, Claims Casino, Danger Mouse, Emily Haney, Lord Flacco, Hector Delgado, Hit Boy, Jim Johnson, Joey Fats, Rico Love, Skrillex, Sufjan 3000, T-Minus, and B-Don. There's plenty of memorable moments on Rocky's first official studio album here, but when it comes down to my overall top 3 favorite tracks, I think I'd have to go with One Train, Goldie, and Level. As for my honorable mentions, I definitely want to shout out songs like Long.LIVE.A, PMW, All I Really Need, Pain, Fashion Killa, Phoenix, Suddenly, Jody, Ghetto Symphony, Angels, and Purple Swag Remix. Thank you for watching my 386th video. Next time we are returning to a personal favorite MC of mine who was dominating the game way before the 2010s, so check in for that one, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what moments here you're the most nostalgic for. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Alright.